Tag TV and Tag Radio. Be seen and heard by both technology users and technology producers throughout the state of Georgia and around the world. Low cost, big benefits, powerhouse online branded video and audio has arrived. Tag TV, Tag Radio, there's a lot more to know. One day, in the distant future, instead of paying with cash, check, or credit card, a mobile phone will be all you need to pay for a wide range of digital or hard goods and services. But I'll bet you're still going to need a pocket full of change to keep your parking spot and avoid enforcement of fines or worse, the dreaded boot over your wheel. Right? Wrong. We already know that shoppers are carrying mobile devices everywhere they go. They use their phone to research products, redeem coupons, and pay for things on or offline. We know it's feasible to track an individual from the very first intention to shop for an item to the actual purchase at the point of sale. Okay, so why can't someone develop a real innovation? How to conduct a parking transaction by mobile phone. You know, enabling motorists to skip finding parking pay stations, have it all be completed in seconds, and even more important, prevent the race to beat the parking clock. More than a convenience, an innovation helping to shape the very future of mobile commerce. Greetings, everyone. It's Tuesday, July 9, 2013, and this is a special Southeastern Software Association Impact Award winner Tech Talk Focus with Technology Association of Georgia President Tino Mantella. Enter Cherie Fuzzell, CEO of Parkmobile, the leading global provider of seamlessly integrated end-to-end solutions for mobile payments, parking guidance, using analytics and parking, mobile payments for on and off street parking, digital parking permits, real-time enforcement, and a seamless transaction experience. Their services are used in over 400 cities around the world by millions of registered users. Founded in Atlanta, its investors include the premier organization of BCD Holdings, a multi-billion-dollar revenue leader in off-airport and mobile parking industry, and Fortinale's partners led by Bill Ford, the executive chairman of Ford Motor Company. Cherie has over 17 years of executive experience in the payments and healthcare industries, as well as 7 years of mergers and acquisition experience with the law firm Jones Day. The former president and CEO of FirstView, and she has also held senior positions with U.S. Bancorp, Nova Information Systems, which is now Elevon, and Magnolia Health Systems. Whoa, why waste time trying to find a space when it's already right here in the future of mobile commerce and the transaction of innovation that goes far beyond eliminating a pocket full of change? As Tino Tech Talks Parkmobile and the global mobile commerce future with its dynamic president, Cherie Fuzzell. This edition of Tech Talk is brought to you by GlobalSpeak.com, new media consultants, corporate video and audio communications, video and audio production and distribution, live and virtual event production. Tag TV and Tag Radio is a service of GlobalSpeak.com, creatively delivering powerful marketing, video, and audio solutions.
Cherie, thank you for joining me on Tech Talk today.
Hey, thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk with you for a little bit.
So congratulations, first of all, for being a winner of the SSA Impact Awards this year. Maybe you could tell our audience a little bit about what that's meant to the company or what you expect it will mean to the company.
Well, it was just such a great recognition of all of our efforts to introduce a service in the United States in 2009, and that is a mobile payment solution for the parking industry. And we've grown that service to over 1.4 million members today across the nation. And receiving this award was just a great validation of what our Atlanta-based team has been able to achieve so far. And we very, very much appreciated the honor.
Well, it's a very competitive event, so I think it says a lot that your company stood out. A good place to start, because I think some of our listeners won't know much about Parkmobile. Tell us about the company and where you stand today.
Oh, certainly. Well, Parkmobile is the leading provider of mobile payments technology to the parking industry. And with our solution, Parkmobile members, as we call them, can initiate a parking transaction and pay for parking using a mobile app or IVR service or an Internet-enabled device. And what this does is it eliminates the need to swipe a card or feed coins to a meter or stuff bills into a slot. So you can sit in the safety and comfort of your car, or you can be walking to a meeting and paying for your parking. Another convenience is that 15 minutes before a parking session expires, Parkmobile members receive an alert telling them the parking session is expiring, and they can extend their parking time remotely. You don't have to walk back out to the meter.
Nice. That's great. That's a great benefit.
Yes. In fact, we talked to one guy who the parking started at 7 a.m. on his street, and he was in a hotel in D.C., and he said, yes, I just set my alarm. I didn't get out of bed, and I went and I paid for my parking with Parkmobile and didn't have to walk down the street in D.C. So that's very convenient.
Oh, go ahead. Keep going.
Also, there's a permanent record of the parking, and so that's good for expense reporting, but it also eliminates the risk of having to pay for an erroneously issued ticket because you always have a record on your phone of what time you paid for parking.
Well, I guess with the increased utilization of the smartphone and mobile apps, it's been helpful to Parkmobile in positioning your company with strength and growth in the U.S. How fast has the company been growing?
Well, since we launched the service here in late 2009, we have grown our service across 34 states and in the District of Columbia. We serve 4 major markets, municipalities like Washington, D.C., Los Angeles, and Houston. We serve transit providers like MBTA in Boston. We serve a lot of commercial operators, the signs you see on garages around the country, Standard, Laz, Lanier here in Atlanta. And we serve universities. The kids are really high adopters, and so we have a number of university clients, like Ohio State and Arkansas and Georgia Tech in Atlanta.
And what makes mobile payments for parking, and I'm making this assumption, different from other types of mobile payments?
Well, mobile payments for parking extend beyond the mobile payment. I like to compare our solution to the wildly successful Starbucks app. With the Starbucks app, you can find a Starbucks location, you can order your latte, you can pay for your latte, and then you can get their rewards and promotions. And it's really the same with our service. You can find parking, you can pay for parking, you can get a receipt for your parking, but it goes a little bit further because with Starbucks, once you've paid, your transaction is finished. But with a parking transaction, we have to integrate with the hardware providers, and those are the meters you see around town called smart meters that take credit cards, right, or the multi-space pay and display meters. We have to integrate with those to send the parking right to say this person has paid. And that integrates then with the enforcement devices so that the officers who carry around handhelds can know not to give you a ticket. Because if you merely paid for parking with your mobile phone and we didn't integrate into the back-end database, then you'd still get a ticket or get booted.
And that wouldn't be good. Doesn't sound good. So
no, it wouldn't be good.
Is this happening? Has this been happening more internationally, or is this new to the market?
Well, the original Parkmobile solution was developed in Amsterdam in the Netherlands in the late 1990s. And so today, many cities in Europe also have pay-by-phone solutions. London is a very interesting story because they're a little more advanced than we are here in the States, and certain boroughs in London have eliminated meters entirely in favor of pay-by-phone parking. And we are seeing that some forward-thinking municipalities here in the United States are also thinking about doing the same thing.
Interesting. Well, what makes Parkmobile so attractive to consumers, and you talked about in cities and also private operators?
Well, consumers love Parkmobile because it simplifies the parking process and it reduces the risk of getting a parking citation. Our app includes geolocation technology that helps members locate available parking and then pay for it. There's some parking studies that have indicated that over 30% of urban congestion is related to people driving around looking for parking. And our app reduces the frustration that comes from driving around to look for a parking space and the frustration that comes from trying to locate a meter down the block or across the lot and paying at that meter, especially when the weather's bad or perhaps it's nighttime and you feel like your safety's at risk.
And your headquarters are here in Georgia?
Yes, we are located in Atlanta, Georgia, but we have a number of employees, sales employees and implementation employees around the country.
Well, the last question we have time for, and I always like to ask, is what's on the horizon for your company? Are there some other new applications that you see in the future?
Well, we look forward to expanding our footprint this summer in Atlanta. We have 7,500 spaces here today, and we are adding 2,800 City of Atlanta parking spaces to that. We recently launched our service in Canada, and we are looking at opportunities to further expand our international footprint. Today, we have operations newly launched in Canada and in Australia and New Zealand. And one major thing we're working on is expanding our reach into the connected car, because the new cars that are coming off the assembly lines have the ability to have integrated into them data plans. So we look forward to expanding our customer service and customer experience into the connected car, which will offer people the ability to locate, drive to, and pay for parking all through their car without the need for a mobile phone.
Well, congratulations on the growth of your company and, again, winning the SSA Impact Awards in 2013. And look forward to hearing more about the company in the coming months. So thanks for joining me on Tech Talk today.
Thank you so much. We look forward at Parkmobile to continuing to pave the road with innovative parking solutions in the future. Thank you.